25 is after next year. I'm out of it.
After our second fight. You're out of it?
I've always been there for him. And just over the years, you can see I've always been positive, always said great things about him, always pushed him to be great. And
Floyd Mayweather seems to always be waiting for the perfect opportunity to take shots at Gervonta Davis. And Tank Davis just presented him the very best opportunity after controversially announcing his retirement at his recent press conference in preparation for his fight against Lamont Roach next year. Interestingly, Floyd Mayweather, who knows so much about Gervonta Davis's past, present, and future, has claimed that all Tank said at the press conference were lies, as he has always known when Tank Davis planned to retire when they were together, and it wasn't as early as 2025.
Well, my thing is I've always been there for him from day one. We had a game plan, and my game plan was to help him become world champion and take things to that next level.
Davis and Floyd Mayweather have been at war with each other, and even intensified their feud this year. You could argue that Mayweather's comments were him prodding a sleeping lion in Gervonta Davis, and of course you don't expect Tank Davis to keep quiet after this. He'll come after Mayweather as well. But if one questions why Floyd Mayweather is after Gervonta Davis, many fans would feel Mayweather's undefeated record is threatened by just 2 boxers, and Gervonta Davis is one of them.
But over the years, it's constantly going on the internet, take a shot at Floyd, take a shot at Floyd, take a shot at Floyd, constantly be disrespectful.
The other is Terrence Crawford, who has 41 wins in 41 fights. Hence, Mayweather wants Gervonta Davis to fight more top opponents and lose in the process to ensure his 5-0-0-0 legacy is intact. Well, Tank Davis has other plans for him. Gervonta Tank Davis sent a shockwave down the boxing world when he took to the stage to promote his Lamont Roach Jr. fight.
Yeah,
Care to elaborate on that?
out of the sport.
After our second fight. Nah, no, I'm gonna win, bro.
Nah, I could tell you my fights.
Many expected him to lay out a plan for a more productive 2025, more fights, activity, and hopefully some big events under his GTD promotions. But it all came crashing down when the fans realized it was an announcement of his retirement. Davis, 30, will stand across from Roach Jr., 29, on March 1st, where he will defend his World Boxing Association title for the second time.
Love for the sport? How many times do you want to get in the ring next year? You feel it's your choice? 3 times. 3? So it's 3 fights for sure. Why you retiring, Why you retiring?
The fans expected him to carry on the momentum he got from the Frank Martin fight this June. Instead, he gave fans an ultimatum he is on his last run in boxing, which will end in 2025. He declared, after next year, I'm out of it, out of the sport. But why is Tank eager to bask in the comforts of retirement life when he's only 30? What about the fans and the ambition to put on a show for them? It seems it's all getting a bit too boring for Davis. He expressed his candid opinions about his retirement call when he appeared in an interview with Fight Hub TV.
How about a homecoming fight, Tank Baltimore? How about a homecoming fight?
No. You lost the love?
The 3-0-0 record holder admitted he lost interest in the sweet science and grew weary of it. He declared, "It's trash. This sport is trash, garbage. Fed up with the whole sport." These comments wouldn't sit well with most fans, especially with those who campaigned and demanded he take up tougher fights and fight the best in the division. However, Davis found solace in making strategic calls, making money, and doing what he liked the most, knocking out opponents.
Looked like you were like, talks about retirement was not even discussed at this moment, and now it's something you keep on repeating. Is it just because obviously is what you...
The question remains, how will the fans remember the Baltimore native, and how will they judge his legacy? Davis addressed the same question when he had a conversation with Fight Hype. When asked about whether he would insert his name among the greatest, the World Boxing Association champion disclosed, "I don't even care about that, bro. I don't even care about that. And where I'm from, bro, I will forever be the greatest. I will be a forever G to myself." While the fans have only a year to enjoy Davis's explosive boxing and backflips in the ring, it doesn't mean his fight with Roach Jr. will be his last.
You said you know your next fights. Can we know who they are?
Probably the Ryan, hopefully.
He could squeeze in a couple of fights in 2025 before drawing the curtains on his pro career. What's more, the lightweight champion is still under a multi-fight contract with the PBC, which spans 6 to 7 fights, and also reportedly had a clause to fight Shakur Stevenson. What will happen to his contractual obligations now? No one is sure. Now it remains to be seen how the situation develops and whether Davis is hell-bent on sticking to his retirement plan.
Shakur, what have Shakur done? What have he done in the sport? He haven't done nothing. The young one is looking more.
Davis returns to action at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn in March when he defends his World Boxing Association lightweight title against current super featherweight champion Lamont Roach. During the launch press conference, Tank revealed that he plans to leave the sport at the end of 2025 and has now named the 3 men he plans to face before he hangs up the gloves. The first of those will be against Roach in March, and he told Fight Hub TV who he wants the other 2 to be, beginning with his first pick, probably Ryan Garcia.
Better than him.
Who that?
The Keyshawn. Keyshawn looking way more better than this. I keep screaming his name. He haven't done nothing. Keyshawn haven't even done nothing.
Davis and Garcia met back in April 2023, with Tank dropping his opponent twice on his way to a 7th-round knockout win to hand Kingery his first professional defeat. Garcia is currently serving a 1-year ban after failing a drug test for his fight with Devin Haney, but is eligible to return to the ring in April 2025, potentially paving the way for a summer showdown with Davis. Tank then revealed he would like to take on Teofimo Lopez before potentially retiring. Yeah, I do, Tao. I'll slap the hell out of him when I see him.
How much you want to bet? Because I came up here alone. How much y'all want to bet? How much you want to bet? Just call it out. Huh? 100? That's a bet.
Lopez is the current World Boxing Organization super lightweight champion, having won the belt against Josh Taylor in June 2023 and defended it on 2 occasions since. A fight between Davis and Lopez has been talked about for a number of years by boxing fans, and one man that has shared the ring with both men has given his prediction for how a clash would go. As for his fight against Lamont Roach, Gervonta Tank. Davis has prepared the fans for what to expect with a thriving press conference. Tank Davis formally announced his March 1st fight with Lamont Roach this evening, with the official press conference concluding moments ago. There's been a lot of talk about Tank's choice of opponent here.
Fight against Lamont Roach. I know there were reports of a potential fight with Lomachenko. Obviously, that fell through. What made Lamont Roach the next logical choice for you in your next fight?
He has skills. Even though he's at a smaller weight class, I feel as though Lamont have, and he's that's one of the guys that...
I'm excited to be a part of this, and come March 1st, it'll be a great event. Right now, I'm not really big on getting into it and stuff like that. I'm really out of it right now, but come March 1st, it's going to be a great show. Same results. We just got to wait and see. We got 3 months to get ready, so it'll be a goodie. This is a hell of an opportunity, so we're going to conquer it, Roach said. Everybody knows what I'm coming here to do. If you don't, then stop. You're going to be in for a surprise. I know he won't be surprised. I think he actually took this fight for the naysayers and all this and all that. People talking stuff about the fight. I think he actually took the fight because he knows that I'm a dog and he wants to prove his skills against a dog. So I'm going to show what happens when 2 dogs get in the ring together, and obviously I'm going to be the one coming out victorious. Tank would then get his turn to speak his piece.
And came out in the sport of boxing, actually still doing well. Everybody that's
At that point, both fighters took a seat to get into a question session to get more in depth about the fight and everything surrounding it. Here are a few excerpts. Tank on a fight with Lomachenko not going through, and why Roach was the next logical choice for him. He has skills, even though he is at a smaller weight class. I feel as though Lamont has, and he's actually one of the guys that I came up with in the sport of boxing. Actually still doing well. Everybody that started with us really likes not in the picture right now, so people don't really, I would say, know him, but he definitely has the skills, definitely a top opponent.
He's a bad man. He can fight, he's tough. I know we had our dispute back and forth, whatever, but at the end of the day, if we talk about just boxing.
Hey, absolutely.
Roach on how his style will be different from what Tank has faced previously at skill-wise. I bring a lot to the table. I can adapt, I can fight various different styles. I'm tough, I'm gritty, I'm smart, I'm witty, whatever the case may be, whatever I got to pull out my bag of tricks. That's what I'm going to do. The rest of them, either they were one-trick ponies or they just ain't have enough female heavyweight champion Claressa Shields.
And I look forward to watching that fight.
Is this a pay-per-view fight though? Would you buy it? Are you gonna buy it?
I've bought any fight that Tank has had pay-per-view, and I think that Lamont.
I don't know why everybody's kind of sleeping on Lamont, but he has a decorated amateur career too. He's a very sturdy kid, he's very skilled. Tank is Tank, and when I say Tank is Tank, I mean he's a bad man. He can fight, he's tough. Of course, you don't expect Claressa Shields to forget their feud in a hurry, hence, she added, I know we had our dispute back and forth or whatever, but at the end of the day, if we talk about just boxing, He's a good fighter, and I look forward to watching that fight.
Fighters up from a lower weight class to get in there with Tank. Tank looks spectacular, but it's a cover-up. I'm gonna tell you right now, I think Tank is a good fighter. They're saying they don't have an opponent for.
When asked if it was worth a pay-per-view fight and if she was going to buy the ticket, she answered, "I've always bought any fight that Tank has had on pay-per-view, and I think that Lamont Roach is worth watching. I think that this fight is going to be very technical, very skillful, and as always, we're going to put the power of the Tank on display. Let the best man win." On the other hand, Tim Bradley calls it a tank protection program. He said, "This dude looks like a total fraud. Put him in the ring with someone that can punch back. This is the tank protection program. This has been going along for a long time. People bringing fighters up from slower weight classes to get in there with Tank. Tank looks spectacular, but it's a cover-up."
Yes, you do. His name is De Los Santos, and the fans wouldn't mind paying for a De Los Santos fight, but they're covering something. I don't know what it is.
He added, "I'm going to tell you right now, I think Tank is a good fighter. They're saying that they don't have an opponent for him. Yes, you do. His name is Dulo Santos, and the fans won't mind paying for a Dulo Santos fight. But they're covering something. I don't know what it is. Is it the power of Dulo Santos they're worried about? Tank was doing a whole lot of talking when Shakur Stevenson put everybody to sleep with Dulo Santos, but he won't step his behind in the ring and fight Dulo Santos." He concluded, "That's the fight that everybody wants to see. No, nobody's going to pay for this pay-per-view with Lamont Roach. People are going to show up because it's Gervonta Davis. But those pay-per-view numbers you're chasing, it's going to be a wishing well."
You know what I'm saying? They're about to put him with a guy at 130 pounds. Whether he's a champion or not, you're getting a guy lighter than you to come up and weight to make you look good again.
Teofimo Lopez feels it's a mismatch, and he's less concerned about Lamont Roach's championship status.
All right, guys, turn on, face the crowd. Turn on, face the crowd now. Cameras in the back, guys. Hector, camera in the back. Camera all the way in the back.
I'm saying they're about to put him with a guy that's 130 lbs. Whether he's a champion or not, you're getting a guy lighter than you coming up in weight to make you look good. I dominate any of them.
Years ago, I want to say like 2016, 2017 years ago. I think it's a great fight, you know, because this guy Lamont Roach.
This fight is shaping up to be a technical bout with a sensational undercard. Both of them are strong, and though Tank is an astoundingly heavy favorite, experts and boxers are still not counting out Lamont Roach completely ahead of the fight. Fight Hype sat down with Richardson Hitchens and Kenneth Sims Jr. to know their views regarding the fight, and their answers might surprise you. Fight Hype asked the undefeated super lightweight Hitchens about the history between him and the two fighters and what everyone can expect from their fight. The New York resident talked about the similarities between Tank and Roach and advised the fans to not take the latter lightly. Hitchens was sure that the 251 boxer would stun everyone, and it would be a brilliant fight.
He came up in that same type of like environment as Tank. You know, they both are DMV fighters. They both got it.
Lamont came up in the same type of environment as Tank. They both have a lot of similarities. I think a lot of people are writing Lamont off because of his loss against Jamal Herring, but he has shown consistency over the years, stated Hitchens while talking about how Roach has turned his career around since the loss against Herring in 2019. The 180 boxer then promised the fight to be a technical feat and stated that he was even looking forward to the fight. While talking about who will have the upper hand in a technical fight, Richardson Hitchens stated, "It is going to be a great technical fight. Tank is a defensive genius. He knows how to protect himself and knows ways to maneuver."
A lot of similarities. They both box each other numerous times, and I think that a lot of people riding Lamont off because of his one loss with Jamal Herring.
He further stated that if the fight gets dragged to the later rounds, Tank will have a clear advantage because of his near-perfect defense. According to Hitchens, Roach should try to finish the fight early because if it comes to the later rounds, there is a high chance that Davis will drag the fight to his pace to get the desired result. While defending Roach as a capable opponent for Gervonta Davis, Hitchens added, "It's not just like Tank is picking out a bum. Lamont probably knows how to fight more than a lot of guys fought."
Definitely a fight that, like a great fight for boxing. I think that boxing fans are trying to, like, basically shut Lamont out. I don't know, maybe because he's not a big name.
On the other hand, the welterweight sensation Kenneth Sims Jr., who has fought against both Roach and Davis, also shared his views about the fight and stated what these fighters must do to win the match. At first, the Bossman avoided trying to predict the fight, as he was on good terms with both of them. Sims felt it would be a bit disrespectful, however, he later gave in and spoke about how he and Roach shared some wholesome moments during their nationals when they faced each other in the semifinals.
Looking forward to watching the fight.
Do you think the fact that it is going to be a technical fight, do you think that favors Lamont or does it favor Tank?
But upon being asked what both of them have to do to win the fight, the Illinois resident mentioned how both Roach and Tank are counterpunchers. To win the fight, one of them has to come out of their comfort zone to get the other one to open up. He also touched upon the fact that Gervonta Davis is a slow starter and it takes time for him to get into the groove. Tank starts slow, but as the fight goes, he is going to pick it up, and then he gets busy, stated Kenneth Sims Jr. But to win this fight, he will have to go on attacking quite earlier than usual, otherwise it might be too late, given how fast Roach boxes and picks up points early in the fight.
Of the Gervonta Davis Roach fight.
I think that, he's had a lot of criticism, but
this was a surprising take given how most have simply written off Lamont Roach in his lightweight title debut. However, when asked what his views on the Gervonta Davis-Lamont Roach fight were, promoter Eddie Hearn said that Roach is a good fighter and that the overall reaction to the fight was unfair. Following the announcement of the clash scheduled for December 14th, many were surprised by the choice of Roach as Davis's opponent.
Look for him, If you switch it up now, it ain't going to do too much. They don't have enough time to switch it up,
So Gervonta Tank Davis, with a perfect record of 3-0-0-0 with 28 KOs, is on a 21-fight streak of victories by knockout or technical knockout. Barring his decision win against Isaac Pitbull Cruz, he last fought in June, knocking out Frank Martin in the 8th round, using his speed and power to outclass Martin. Meanwhile, Roach, a junior lightweight champion, is gaining weight to face Davis, one of boxing's most dominant knockout assassins.
I won't be doing my phases for this one because we know the family, Yeah, that thing is.
I think the online reaction is a little bit unfair. Lamont Roach is a good fighter. The problem is no one knows who he is, and with Tank's position in the sport, people want him in big fights, and it's not a big fight. If you know your boxing, you know it's a good fight. He's a super featherweight. But what were the available options for Tank? Really, Eddie Hearn said in an interview with Fight Hub TV. And that's all for now. For the very best updates on news, moments, events, and actions in the world of boxing, stay connected with us by subscribing to our YouTube channel, and don't forget to turn on notifications to get notified when we drop quality content like this. Until next time, peace out.